Hey guys, and welcome to Little Black Book 91. We are talking to Darian from Put a Ring on It Season 2. I know you guys have been waiting for this conversation. I know you guys are in the chat. There's over 800 of you guys already here just waiting, brimming to go. Listen, please, first and foremost, guys, please keep the comments correct because my mods will just block you. Okay, all right. I know some of you are excited. You want to get involved in the conversation, but please, let's keep the conversation respectful in the chat. Otherwise, we block. But Darian, how you doing today?
I'm great, man. I'm great, man. Now I'm talking to you.
It's good to have you here, bro, man. Do you know what I mean? Like we wanna get the truth out of you today. But before we even get to that space, we wanna be able to, get to know you a little bit. Is that okay?
Let's go.
Cool. So we do something called human verification when we first start. And so I want to ask you first and foremost, I'm going to keep it simple, no crazy stuff. Milk or cereal in first?
I pour the cereal in first because, like, when you pour the milk in first, you and pour the cereal on top of it, like you don't have enough cereal. Like I like to have enough cereal to eat. So I pour the cereal in first, and then I pour the milk in. The less milk, the better.
Okay, cool. No worries at all. My second question is another simple question again, Captain. Favorite color?
My favorite color is purple.
Okay, purple.
Purple.
Interesting color. Okay, all right.
Royalty.
I was gonna say, yeah, you already know it's royalty.
Yeah,
so
my favorite artist is Prince, by the way. So
Okay.
Not being biased, but yeah, purple my favorite color.
Nothing wrong with that at all, bro. Nothing wrong with that at all. All right, final question. Favorite musician?
My favorite musician is Prince.
Okay.
I would say my second favorite would be Miles Davis.
Okay, cool. I like it. All right, cool. Human verification done. Let's get into the conversation. Let's get to know you a little bit better. Captain, I asked a simple question. Who is Darian?
Darian is from Albany, Georgia, known as Smoke from Field Mob. My last name is Crawford, by the way. I was born May 23rd, 1980. I'm a proud Gemini. I'm Grammy nominated and I have a Grammy. My daughter just graduated. I'm very proud of that. She graduated from high school, by the way. And, lately I've been known as just simply Darian. Put a ring on it. And I'm having fun with it.
Okay, cool. I like that. No worries at all.
Yeah.
Okay. So obviously, Darian, we know who you are now, but
yes,
who was Darian before? Who was young Darian? Who was young Darian? We want to know a little bit about your childhood. Tell us a bit more about that.
Well, young Darian was called Smoke. Smoke is that's not my rap name. That was a name that was given to me by my football coach, my the defensive coordinator. His name is Coach Bradley. He's my grandfather, Smokey, who I got the name Smoke from. He's my grandfather, Smokey, godson. And so he was the defensive coach at my high school, Monroe High. And when I joined the team, he was ecstatic that I was his godfather's grandson. And so he named me Smokey again, after my grandfather, Smokey. My name was Dario. If you take the N off of Darian, you got Dario. So I was Dario before I was Smoke. My defensive coordinator, my coach, what I like to call my second father, Coach Bradley. He named me Smoke in football practice one day because I just brought smoke. And And so I'm known in my city before, like Field Mob. I was known for football. Like I was supposed to went to the NFL instead of the National Rap League. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, like, you know, I had scholarships, you know what I mean? The first team, all region, like I started, you know, I had colleges after me, like you can ask my partner or any of my friends, like I had letters, stacks of letters from colleges, had shoebox full of letters from colleges, visiting colleges. And I got that record deal like 12th grade. I got that record deal like, I would say, second semester, 12th grade. And I dropped out of school. I dropped out of school to become a rapper. They gave me and Sean 100,000. So we was like, I was like, okay, take this 100 bands now, or, you know, go to a junior college, because I was skipping school and smoking weed and kicking it with the homies. So my grades.
Why were you skipping school?
Skipping school is fun. You know, I got to smoke weed. I got to kick it with my friends. We got football practice after, you know what I mean? So after football practice ended at like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night. So, you know, you didn't have time to, you know, you was tired. So you were ready to go home and get in your bed. I was clubbing at 16 at a club called Big Daddy. So, you know, we used to leave football practice and then go home and get dressed and go to the club sometimes. But we never had any free time because it was football season all the time, all year long. You know what I mean? So, you know, football all day. Like our coach would come get us 6 in the morning. We'll have practice before class, and then you got practice after class. You know what I mean? So, shout out to Coach Chun. You know what I mean? Shout out to Monroe football team. You know what I mean?
So was it the record deal that you got that stopped the progress of football then?
Yes, like I was rapping in high school. I had a song on the radio in high school. Me and my partner Sean, he was freestyling during the time. He was freestyling this thing called "Who Got the Flavor," and he was great at it. But you know, we eventually rapped together as individuals. My name was Boondock Blight, and his name was Collage at first, and we started doing songs together, and the songs were hot, like were hot all over the city and surrounding towns. And it made it to the radio, and you know, we did another record together individually, and it was hot again. And so this big time drug dealer in our city who believed in us wanted to basically, you know, support us and give us a budget. So, you know, he got behind us and he was like, look, I'll put bread behind y'all. You know what I mean? I'll support y'all situation if y'all would come together as a group. And so we came together as a group. You know, there's a place in my hometown, the area in my hometown called The Field, where I grew up at. And I used to always tell him stories about it. And, you know, sometimes we would I would take him to the field, you know what I mean, where I grew up at on the south side of Albany, Georgia. Where I grew up, I would say half of my life, because I spent a lot of time on the west side of town with my grandmother and grandfather who raised me. But
wait, so who raised you, sorry?
My grandmother and grandfather raised me. I was raised by my grandmother and grandfather, Dolores Crawford and Tal Crawford. I'm named after Dolores Crawford. My mom had me a little too early, so you know, she gave me to my grandmama until she got her situation together. When she got her situation together, I moved with my mother in the field. You know what I mean?
Okay. How old were you then when you moved to the field?
I moved to the field when I was 8. And so we lived on an actual dirt road. It was called Henderson Road. Like, it was really country. It was extra country. Like the west side where I was at, it was more like middle class. You know what I mean? And so We moved from there to the south side. We went from West Town Elementary to Flint Side to Mock Road. These different schools, elementary schools that you go to be on the south side. And
How
yeah,
was that like for you then, moving around a little bit? You know, you've gone from your grandma's to your mom's, then having to move places as well. How was that like for you? How did you find it?
I
What was your
found
mindset?
it honestly like being raised by my grandmother. You know, they kind of raised us in an old school way. Me and my brother, Darian, they raised us in an old school way, and so you know that way of raising us had played out, and so we were running circles around them because we were faster. Like I would get a whooping with a switch, and then I learned how to snatch the switch and run. You know, my granddad couldn't catch me. My grandma couldn't catch me. By the time I come back to the house, they're not even mad anymore. You know what I mean? So I moved with my mom, who was younger and knew about style. My grandmother and grandfather didn't know about, you know, British Knights back then, and Eastlands and Nikes and Pump It Up Reeboks. And, you know, so they wouldn't buy us that. My mom, more younger, her dope boyfriend, which is my brother and my baby brother and sister's father, he was from the field. He was part of the crew called the Field Boys. And those were my uncles. And he was one of the Field Boys. It was like my uncles and their cousins and their, you know, they called us the Field Boys, and we named ourselves after the Field Boys. Yeah, like moving with my mom was like, she was younger, so she was hip to Pump It Up Reeboks. You know, she was hip to Forces. She was hip to Patrick Ewing's. She was hip to Levi jeans. She was hip to duck heads and Dockers or whatever was in Tommy Hilfiger was that style. You know what I mean? So my mom would make sure we was in that, we were fresh. We lived on a dirt road, so when we bought fly shoes, me and my brother would like take our shoes off and walk to the bus stop and put our shoes on when we got on the bus because we didn't want to get them dirty on the way to the bus stop.
Boy, them ones there, you know, I can actually remember some days like that, you know, fam, because when you grow up in a certain way, bro, like you have one good pair of trainers,
Yeah.
you can't play. I don't know if people can really understand that. When you got one good pair of trainers, one good pair of trousers that you can't mess up, one
Yeah.
3-stripe that you've only got, bro, like
You make
you
them
cherish that
laugh.
different. You
Make them laugh.
you make them last, yeah. So like, okay, tell us a little bit more then. How was your relationship with your mum then? Because obviously, you know, you've moved from your grandma's now with your mum. Like, what was the relationship like with your mum then?
My relationship with my mom was beautiful because she was young and my grandmother and them were older. So they had gray hairs and I was used to that. And I outgrew them. Like my grandma and grandfather, the older they got, you know, the older I got, but it still was separating us. You know what I mean? My mom was beautiful. And she had this aura like she had this light around her. She was so beautiful and chocolate, and she was just young and vibrant. And I was in love with my mama. I hope that don't sound crazy. Like,
I know what I mean. Yeah.
I was infatuated with my mama. Like my mama was like so beautiful. I used to love when my mama come to school when I was young because all the other kids' mom were fat. You know what I mean? And my mom used to come light the school up, and I was already popular, had popularity at the school because I was great in sports. Like, you know, being dark skinned back then, people didn't see you. You was invisible. So I used my athletic skills to get people to see me. You feel what I'm saying? So every year in field day, you know, I don't know if y'all had field day over there across the
Like a sports day? Like a sports
field
day?
day. Okay, yeah. So we got field day over here across the pond. You know what I mean? You know, we had field day, and every year the first day of school, people would see me in class and go crazy because they knew they were going to field day that year. You know what I mean? I always had blue ribbons. Like I'd always been winning. You know what I mean? And just got used to winning. yeah, like that energy of winning just stayed in me. So I, you know, it made people overlook how dark I was or how unattractive I may have been to them, because my mom thought I was beautiful even back then with the buck teeth or the missing teeth. You know what I mean? Or with the black gums. My mama used to like think I would look good. So I you know, I got my, I would say like
confidence.
get my validation from my mama. You know what I mean? And her being so beautiful, and her skin, man, her skin was the same color. So I always felt like I was beautiful because she said I was beautiful, and because she was beautiful. So when she come to the school, she would like make me like more popular because of her beauty. Beauty is an energy, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Beauty is a frequency, man. Beauty is, you know, when a person say, okay, when she walked in, she would light up the room. Yeah, that's energy. You saw that energy. You felt that energy. And my mama had that energy to light up a room. She was so beautiful and chocolate.
I love what you just said there. I think it's really important. I don't know if you want to tap into that a little bit more, but you said obviously being dark skinned when you're younger and being overlooked. I wanted you to kind of tap into that a little bit more. Like, I know what you mean because obviously being a dark skinned kid.
Yeah, I know you had.
Same.
Come on, man. You damn near blind.
But I would love to know a bit more about that as well, in terms of your experience of being dark skinned when you're younger. Like you're saying that you were not seen, you were overlooked.
I was overlooked. Yes, like it started before school. Like, you know, trying to, you know, hanging out in the neighborhood. You know, you got basketball goals at your friend's house. You got trampolines at your friend's house. I had a trampoline in my house, and so, you know, we used to guys go to his place, house, play ball, go over to his house to shoot, you know, get on the trampoline, go over my house to get on the trampoline until I bought me a basketball. My grandma bought me a basketball goal, and it was in the hood first. Like being dark skinned, it's just this image that we're programmed in this matrix to believe that a big nose is ugly. And the slimmer nose is beautiful. The brighter the skin, the more beautiful you are. Yeah, like, you know, so during that time, it was really like being programmed in us because we weren't as smart as we are now because of technology. So I got picked on a lot. Black booty scratch, African booty scratcher, smut boy, oil can. You know, I got all kind of jokes.
Did that hurt?
You know? And so that's how I learned how to joke or be funny, because I had to defend myself. So people be like, "You funny, you funny." I know. You heard on the other, you know, other interviews with the other women. You know, they made it clear that I was funny. I mean, that would be one of the good things they would say. You had to be funny. You had to know how to joke. Y'all call it joning. We had to know how to joke. You know what I mean? And so that's how I became funny, because I had to defend my black skin. I had to defend my dark skin, I must say. And so being an athlete was another way I defended my black skin. Like, I've been defending my black skin all my life, and I still am. And you are too. I bet you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I hear you on that.
You know,
So let me ask you a question then. Okay, so within all of that's happening as well, because you've mentioned how you've really shone a great light on your mother. Where's your father in all of this then?
my father was he wasn't around at first.
Okay.
His name is Bobo. His real name is Lester Smith. He's from here, Atlanta. He's from Decatur. Well, he's from Decatur. I'm in Buckhead, but he's from Decatur, and he went to Albany State, the college that Lex went to, that I met her at when she was 19. My dad went to that college, and my mom was in the 12th grade, and like I said, my mom was gorgeous, and my dad was a freshman in college, and he couldn't, from his words, from his own mouth, he couldn't resist. He couldn't resist her. He had to have her. My dad used to call my mama a hammer. He's like, your mama was a hammer. You know what I mean? I guess that's what we call her. They called a dime back then, or, you know, a bad bitch. You know what I mean? My dad called him a hammer. So he had to have her. And he was kicking it with my mom, and he got her pregnant, and then he was playing ball in college. He had a scholarship from his high school up here up in Decatur. I forget the name of the college, but his name is Lester Smith. He's also the singer CIARA. That's her second uncle, her first uncle. CIARA is my first cousin. That's how we got her on the song So What.
Oh.
My grandmother made that happen, and my father made that happen. If you can go on Sierra's page right now, and you'll see a military man standing next to my sister. She praises him every year on Veterans Day, and she praises him every year on his birthday, as well as me and my sister. He wasn't around. He wasn't around, so I had my stepfather to be my dad.
Okay.
One of the field boys.
Yeah, you're saying, yeah.
Nard, they just call him Nard. And my grandfather. So I can't say I didn't have any father figures. I had father figures. Like my granddaddy took me to football practice every day, and he was at every game. My mother was at the game she couldn't make it to. My stepfather was at the games that he could make it to because he played football all his life, so he saw himself in me a lot, and he used to give me pointers. So I was his favorite.
Were you close?
My dad, he wasn't around. He was in the military. I got with him when I was in the 9th grade. I robbed someone close to someone in my family, and my mom kicked me out, and she called my dad in Fort Sill in Lawton, Oklahoma. And my dad came and drove all the way from Fort Sill, Oklahoma in his Z and picked me up and took me back to Oklahoma with him. So I stayed with him in Oklahoma, and it was like a culture shock because in Albany, where I'm from, everybody blacker than the dark. Everybody black, like it's so much black people in Albany to where if you weren't black, you was white. So if you was a Puerto Rican, you was considered white. If you was Chinese, you was considered white. You were Mexican, you were considered white. And sad but true, it's still some of that country ass energy left down there. But I moved to Lawton, Oklahoma, where all the Indians and when you're a military kid, it's a melting pot. You feel me? So you in there with different other races. You know what I'm saying? Different other nationalities. So I've had friends that I went from having straight black friends to having Mexicans. White people, Africans. I had never seen an African before because real African, because Africans look alike to me. Like, I don't think, like, I'm gonna tell you something that might upset people. Like, I don't think I'm an African. I think I'm indigenous from here. I'm American, Maru. When Christopher Columbus said he came here, he saw Ethiopian faces. You know what I mean? Okay. Ethiopian means burnt face. Google it. And so when he got here, he seen burnt faces. That means he seen my face here when he already got here. He saw a burnt face. And so, Africans, they look different. They look like each other. Americans, we look like each other. I agree.
So being in that environment, where you're in a different environment, you're in Oklahoma and everything like that, because you spoke about race and that being a big factor in I guess how you grew up, right? So in Oklahoma, you didn't have the usual people around you. How does that affect how you grow up?
Like I said, I was from the South, and they were from every which way. I had a lingo. I had a way I talked. Like right now, I'm really trying to be etiquette with you right now, but I talk very country and it's very syrupy thick. You know what I mean? I got a thick accent, and back then, before I learned how to put my words in the right places and pronounce them correctly, you know, I was just country as a cornbread keychain, man. And those people loved it. They had never heard it before. You know what I mean? It was an accent that they wasn't used to. You know, mind you, I'm an athlete, super. And then I got this like like honey thick, you know, molasses thick accent. And people loved it. They gravitated to it. My dad even liked it. Like my teacher fell in love with me. Everybody fell in love with me because I was an athlete. I was an athlete with like a thick southern drawl. And so I was popular because of that. So my popularity stayed with me. I mean, when you got charisma follows you. Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, that's
So
what it was.
did the charisma become a cover up for the emotional pain you may have been feeling? Because if you've been moved from grandma to mom,
yes, it was a mask. Like I said before, it was the armor. You know what I mean? It was like it was like Black Panther. I just turned into a, you know what I mean, or like Iron Man. And your suit just came on. You feel what I'm saying? And you go out there and you be Iron Man. You be that, you know, Black Panther. You got your suit on. You know what I mean? And so my southern drawl, I used to try my best not to lose it. So it was easy for me to lose it because, you know, everybody else is talking with etiquette. And so it was like, okay, I don't want to lose it. Like I used to try my best not to lose it. I didn't want to talk like them. I wanted to keep what they liked about me going. And so I became more athletic. Like I would practice after practice at the house. You know what I mean? Because I wanted to be better than everybody when I got to school.
I love that. I think we're getting a bit more understanding, you know, from what you're saying, because what you're talking about is a rough upbringing, you know, being moved from grandma to mom, and then obviously being moved to dad as well at one point. But in everything that you spoke about how the popularity is what kind of gave you that armor to make sure that you felt loved. Because I know you said you loved your mom, but how did you, I mean, well, final few kind of questions in the section.
Check this out. Like your love for your mom from your mom is cool, but let's keep it real. Like we used to, like all of us, we do this to this day. Even husbands and wife, like your wife tell your husband tell you that you're beautiful, but when you go to your job and your work husband tell you you're beautiful, it's more potent. Same thing with I can hear my mama, boy, you're pretty, you're beautiful. But when I go to school and hear it, it was more, it stuck more. You know what I mean? To the point where it was like, man, mom, I want to hear it from you. Of course you think I'm beautiful. I come from you. You know what I mean? So I wanted to hear from out there, like how, you know, was I, you know, the shit. You feel what I'm saying? I wanted to hear them say it more so than my mama say it because, you know, you're being biased, ma. You know what I mean? You're being biased, dad. You're being biased, grandma. You're being biased, granddad. So.
Okay, you're making a lot of sense. A lot of sense. Honestly, you're making a lot of sense. You know, I think what we're hearing here is quite critical to how you've grown up and what we're seeing potentially in your behavior. Tell us a little bit about your dating history. Who was the first girl you ever dated?
The first girl I ever dated was a girl named Rhonda. She lived across the street. And the reason why I dated her, and it was a kid, she was just my first girlfriend, like I would say 2nd grade. And she was my girlfriend from 2nd grade to 5th grade. And I got into 6th grade, we had to switch schools. I didn't see her anymore. I I seen her the other day I see her all the time on Facebook. She looking good. But back then she wasn't as attractive. And she was similar to me. You know, she was an athlete. She had these thighs on her. And she was used to outrun everybody. And she had a twin sister, but they weren't identical. And her twin sister was beautiful, and that was Robin. So because your twin sister was beautiful, and you are the twin that y'all are not identical, and you're the less beautiful one, you know, she had a point to prove. So me and her was like athletic. So I would pick her to be on my team. She was like, not to call her a dog, but I used to sick her on people. You know what I mean? Like if we were racing, you know what I mean? I'm gonna outrace you, I'm gonna beat everybody, and I'm be like, man, I got a girlfriend, Rhonda, she gonna beat all y'all in racing. She was quiet, very quiet. So I did all the talking for her. Like them Lamar boys, them boys that play for the Lakers, they dad do all that talking for her. I was her, you know, I was her, you know, I did all the
speakerphone.
Yeah, so, you know, we became close to each other like that. She was more so like a homegirl, like a brother, but she was overdeveloped. So you couldn't call her that because everybody else had teeter-totters and she had breasts. You know what I mean? Everybody else, she had thighs like Angela Bassett. You know what I mean? Back then as a kid. And so, but me and her could relate with each other. You know what I mean? Because she wasn't as beautiful as her twin. So she had a point to prove. And so we both were like, the same, you know what I mean? But in different ways.
Who's the first girl to break your heart? Mum included, if you want.
The first girl to break my heart was a girl named Stephanie. In my city, we had a flood in '94, and she was from the east side, and I used to always talk on the phone with her. I'm from the west side. I was on the west side at the time, and I used to talk on the phone, but I couldn't get to her because she stayed so far, you know. So we talked for years on the phone. We knew what each other looked like, but we never could. We hadn't seen each other in years, but we never lost contact with each other. Well, the flood came. A flood came and like the dam, it did the same shit that happened in New Orleans. You know, the dam was breaking, and if it would have broke the way it was supposed to break, it was going to flood the white people neighborhood. So what they did was get some dynamite and broke it, made it bust to where it flooded the black neighborhood. It also sunk the college that Lexi, my father, went to, Albany State. It sunk it like it everything went underwater over there. Well, the flood brought her to the west side, the dry side, where we was at. And I was able to see her finally. So, you know, she lives not far from me with her family on the west side. And we started kicking it. I started seeing her every day. And she had a boyfriend over there on the east side that I didn't know about and wouldn't have known about. And because they way over there. So she had two boyfriends. She was going with me and she was going with him, but I ain't know nothing about it. And one day I went to go see her. And he was over there. And yeah, like I went to her, I'm like trying to holler at her, and she was like, she was acting like she didn't know me. She was trying to prove to him. He like, who is that? And she was like, that's a friend of mine up the street. He always coming over here. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, always coming over here. Like, damn. You know what I mean? So, you know, that shit hurt me, man. I'm talking about, I cried, my nigga. I'm telling you, it was so crazy because it rained that day while I was crying. So I'm walking home in the rain and crying. I wasn't happy.
Oh, we lost you, Darian. Come back. I think you got to be back. Yeah. Sorry, continue, Robton.
Yeah. Stop calling me. If you about watching this shit, stop calling me. Playing with me. Yeah.
So you're walking. So you said about you're walking in the rain and crying, right? I want to ask, why were you
Yeah, I
crying?
wasn't having sex
Or
with
spit?
either. I was a
Okay.
virgin, and so I ain't give up on her. You know, I wanted to go see her again.
Why?
Because I didn't have a girl. That was my first pretty girlfriend. You know, and like, you know, I'm from the country. Like, you know, like I wanted that. That's so she was pretty.
Uh-huh.
I was black as hell like I am now, but she was light skinned and just beautiful and just I just loved her and just so I called her. No, she called me and you know trying to explain and I ain't even care. I didn't care. I was just waiting for her to quit explaining so I could tell her I forgive her because I had already forgiven her when she called. You know what I mean? The fact that she called was enough for me. So I'm kicking it with her. We're back again. We're doing it again. I wasn't having sex. She wanted to have sex. I didn't know how to initiate sex. I didn't know what to do. She showed me she wanted to have sex many of times. Like, you know,
How old were you at this point?
Man, I was like, I would say 12.
12.
Yes, 12.
Darian, 12.
12. I had sex. I had sex at 13. My first time having sex, I was 13. I was in the 7th grade the first time I had sex, man. And she played a role in it because I needed to, like, anyway, let me get back to it. She started messing with this twin. One of them name was Buki and one of them name was Ball. And they were identical. And Buki met her and Buki was having sex and he was 13, 14. And she left me for Buki because I wasn't having sex. And he was. And that was the time where it was devastating. And she changed me. That changed me. It changed me bad. I went to my mom about it, man. My mama, like, you know, my mama, like, held me and talked to me about it. And my mom was like, she pissed tail hot girl, don't worry about her. You know what I mean? But I still was worried about her. And so I knew I needed to start having sex if I want to keep me a girlfriend like that. And so, you know, I went to changing my style and the way I dressed so that I could attract a woman. So I used to look at Buki. I used to see Buki, and whatever Buki wore, I would make my mama go get it. You know what I mean? Like Buki was wearing Tommy Hilfiger, Buki would fly. You know what I mean? Him and Ball. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. I had to get me some. I had to start having sex, man. Like somehow, you know what I mean? Because I don't want to lose no other girl because I don't have sex, and so I got me a female best friend. Her name was Eleanor Mallory, and I had started looking. My looks had started developing while me and her were friends. She didn't know I was trying to have sex with her. But we became two closer friends, you know. Her brother, I wanted to be like him. He was a rapper. His name was Mike Mallory, and he was killed. He was killed. Some Crips killed him as an initiation, you know what I mean, for someone else to get in the Crips. And so some Crips killed him. And when the Crips killed him, it left me alone with his sister and his mother. I was her second son because I was over their house all the damn time. And so he the one taught me how to rap, but he was killed. Mike Mallory. A lot of people in my city gonna know exactly what I'm talking about. Mike Mallory. That was like one of the first gang murders, you know what I mean, in my city. And his sister, we became tight. And so she would have girls come over and I would start spending the night because Mike was dead. And her friends would come over and she had a certain friend that came over. I ain't gonna say her name on here. And she came over and she would spend the night over there and yeah, she let me slide. She let me slide and she let me slide that first time, and then I wanted to slide every day. You know what I mean? And so we became friends. I was 13 then, and we were sliding. We kept sliding. We kept sliding. We slid for like a year and a half until I got into I would say the 8th grade.
Mm-hmm.
And I ran into a girl named Ebony Morris, who was bad back then. She was fine. She was in the 8th grade, but she was having sex with grown men, and I didn't care. Like, I'm from a small place, man, and ain't nothing to do but have sex and get some money, and it's still like that right now.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure, like, if you were to interview a lot of other females and males my age from a small town like that, they would probably have sex early. Like.
Sorry, do you know what? It was good to actually get this because, like I said, it was obviously being 12 is one thing, but I think there was a interesting part of your conversation that was kind of said where you said the brother wasn't around, and then you realized a kind of like an opportunity to kind of slide in a sense. Do you know what I mean? And like to be that do you know what? When we're young, we think crazily anyway. It's a lot. There's a lot that is happening to you at one go.
I mean, it's self-esteem issues, you know. So you haven't had sex, everybody else had sex. That shit makes you feel low. Like all your partners, we having conversations. Of course, some of them are lying. You know what I mean? But you know, I had partners that were having sex that I was with all the time, so I couldn't lie.
Someone is calling this brother differently, cause
yeah.
So wait, wait. So where does this link into you and Alexia, sorry, meeting?
Okay, well, let's fast forward that thing. Like I said, I got a record deal in the 12th grade. I went to California, signed that deal, recorded my first album from Ashy to Classy. While we were on tour, I would come home. The second album, we were working on the second album then during that time. And Lex was a bartender at a club called the Sand Trap. And because I was so, my mom is the reason why I like dark-skinned women. It ain't got nothing to do with nothing else. Like, you know, a lot of times men choose women that remind them of their mother. Yeah, like I like the dark-skinned women then. Yeah, I still do. And I think I still do because of my mama. Like my little sister, she's chocolate. And that's one of the favorite things I like about her. Like I love that about her because of her skin. She me and your color. You know what I mean? But you know, my mom, I just was in love. I like dark-skinned women. Light-skinned women, I attracted them. I attract light-skinned women to this day. Like, it's easy to get a light-skinned woman.
But you prefer a dark-skinned woman?
Yeah, plus they're everywhere. Like, all you gotta do is just pop your iPhone open and look on Instagram, and you're gonna see more light-skinned girls, beautiful light-skinned Instagram models than you will see dark-skinned. To see a dark-skinned Instagram model, you got to go to a certain page that says dark-skinned model.
Okay. So how does that that lead then to the Lexi situation then? Because obviously she told us her story.
I liked her. She was darker. She was dark-skinned with long black hair, and she was a bartender. And back then getting girls was like a sport. You know what I mean? So, you know, I was with my homeboys, and you know, they liked her, I liked her, and I was, you know, I bet you I get her, and of course they knew I get her because you ain't smoke a field mall. Of course they like, nigga, of course you gonna get her. Anyway, like she said, we locked eyes, and I stepped to her, and we were kissing in the club. Like we was kissing in the club, man. Her boss, his name is Gilbert. He's an African. I think he's Liberian. I don't know if he's a Liberian or not. I think he's Liberian. I don't know if he's a Nigerian or Liberian, but I think he's Liberian. He looked like a Liberian. Yeah, he kind of like sent her home, sent me, you know, like he didn't want all that attention in his club. And so I used to go see her all the time. She would like, you know, she would get me drunk, you know, like it looked like I'm paying for drinks. You would think I was paying for drinks because I was smoking film or up. Of course, I was tipping her. Yeah, like she had a friend named Shabuti, and Shabuti is this girl from Alabama with this big old booty, and she's like one of the top like club people. I would say club, what they call them, like that promote clubs now. But she was like a top bartender back then, so you know she was kind of like a sister to me. And but she was still on her shit. Like she was not playing about her job.
Okay.
So, you know, we would wait till Shabuti leave so she could sneak me some drinks. Okay. And so we just became tighter and became friends. I would go to her games. I would go to all of her games. I would just come see her. We was just cool. It was just cool. It was not a relationship. We never had a relationship. We weren't.
Okay. So what? Okay, so when you guys first met, are you saying you're just kicking it, or you got into a relationship?
We were kicking it.
So you were kicking it. Was she aware that you were just kicking it?
I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, let's keep it real, okay?
Okay, keep it 100% real with us.
You can be kicking it with a woman.
Yeah.
And she liking you so much that she makes you her boyfriend without your consent.
Okay.
And it happens every day and all the time. And let's keep it more real. You know she's thinking that. By the way y'all carry and y'all say, like the way y'all interact with each other. But because you and her haven't had that talk about my life being in your life.
The gray area.
Yeah, like men be like, I don't go with you.
Situationship, basically.
Yeah, situationship. Plus, there were other dudes that liked her, that were athletes and taller than me, 6 feet, 4, 5 dudes. You know what I mean? Because it's college. You know what I mean? It's popular in college. 6'4", 6'5" dudes like her. And I used to go see her practice, and dudes hollering at her, and you know, and I would have to wait. I didn't have to wait, but I would just to respect in the game, you know what I mean? Because I know I'm doing my thing. Sometimes she would have practice and I'll go to the gym and lift weights while she at practice. Yeah, that's how we linked up.
So did she never have this conversation with you, bar what you're coming towards putting on it? Does she never have this conversation with you to say, what are we? What are we? What am I to you?
We never had that conversation, and I didn't try to, because me and my partner Sean had this thing about groupies and not making a groupie your girlfriend. And so she was cool with him too. Me and her was kicking it like that.
When you say cool,
no,
what do you mean?
She wasn't having sex with him. And
okay.
Like she wasn't having sex with him, but she would help him out because he was a friend of mine or rap with me. But there were times where me and him had fell out, and she still would help give him rides and, you know, help him out, you know, kick it with him, you know, and just as friends. It was one time I walked in the studio and she was there with him.
Did that make you feel uncomfortable?
I was furious inside. But
is that because you felt like she was betraying your trust and loyalty?
Yes, because it was like like the time me and him fell out with each other, she was the girl I would tell it like what was going on between me and him. So I felt like she should pick a side because you know what this dude did to me, or you know how, you know, we ain't kicking it like that, and I'm the one you was having sex with. Why are you being friends with this man? And you know, she said that, she made that clear, like when she was on the interview with you. That was true. That part was true.
But
yeah, I ain't like
I know why. I know why you felt the way you felt, and I actually get it. Actually, I'm understanding where
Hey,
you're
when
coming
that
from.
happened though, it was
Yeah.
over. It was over because
Over.
it
How do you
was over.
mean?
It was over. I stopped kicking it with her because it was like him for him. It was like, yeah, I got you, girl. So I felt like she was letting him have an up on me, and he did. It wasn't up. You know what I mean? Because I got your girl. You know what I mean? I didn't know if they were having sex or not, but like you would hear that they was. You know what I mean? I don't think she was. Never. I don't think she ever did, because I had a few people who to come tell me like, look, she did nothing. She was chilling. She actually, her and him fell out because she left him at the studio. And so when they fell out, I was going to go holler at her again, because I found out they weren't having sex. So I was gonna go holler at her again, but she was on
How
her
long
way.
was it? How long is this after? So
I
after
can't
you,
tell you the exact time.
was it years? Was it years?
Man, it was blunts ago, pills ago, drugs ago. I don't know. Like, it was years ago, man. So Remy cups ago. I don't know. I can't tell you. Like,
so once they stopped being friends, then you could go back to
I
Alexia.
wanted to go back to her.
You wanted to go back to her, okay.
And I saw her and was trying to get it back, right? And she was leaving. She was leaving to go, I think, go play pro ball.
Across the seas, yeah?
Yeah. And after that, when she went and played pro ball, I saw her never again until I would say a month before Put a Ring on It.
Oh wait, oh my days, my neck. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute, sir. Come back. Because I just, the timeline went.
Yeah.
So say that again. Wait. So from the fact your friend Sean,
I would say the year I stopped talking to her, I didn't care the year she left. Whatever year she left
to go to ball,
to leave Albany State College
for the first time.
I don't know. Like, I think she did some more years at the school.
Okay,
and
cool.
I just wasn't messing with her. But
okay.
I would say like her second year in college, it was over. I can't tell you what the exact year. Right. So she was 19 when I met her, but she was 20, and she left. I don't know if she left or not. I don't know if she did 4 years. I don't know.
So those 4 years, did you have any interactions?
No.
So
I didn't talk to her no more after. I didn't talk to her no more after her second year in college. I don't know if she did the full 4. I don't know. I don't know when she went to play pro ball. I don't know. She came back. I don't know. I don't know. But I know when she came back, we still wasn't friends, because I was all over the place. Like, I just wasn't here in Atlanta. When I moved back to Atlanta after the pandemic, I moved to Atlanta to take acting. I wanted to be an actor. You know what I mean? Because I felt like being a rapper had, it has a limit. Like, you got an age limit in rapping. Like, the only reason why Jay-Z is relevant because of Beyonce. You know what I mean? So you got an age limit in rap. In acting, you don't have an age limit. Like, look at Cicely Tyson. She damn near 100. You know what I mean? I wanted to be an actor, so I was taking acting classes where I was at in Florida. After the pandemic, pandemic was still going on, but like when it simmered down a little, where you can move around more, I moved to Atlanta, and I got this condo. I went to like acting classes and just taking these classes to trying to get on. you know, as an actor. And
roughly what about time is that? So you're trying to be an actor, what roughly about time? Just roughly, it doesn't mean exact, just roughly.
I was already here, but like I ran to Lex later on. So whatever, okay, put a ring on it.
Was this year?
Put a ring.
But you ran into you ran into Lex 2020,
before,
right?
A month before, put a ring on it.
Uh-huh.
So I got back with her, and we was like, oh, we were just happy to see each other. I told her what was up. I told her that I'm up here acting, trying to get my acting on, taking acting classes. You know what I mean? And
roughly how many years is that before the show? Then is that last year?
It wasn't no year at all.
Hold on. Okay, let me ask a question. So 14 years. What the heck is that about then?
The 14 years was basically the lie we use to make our story juicy enough to get on the show. Now, we both
wait, hold on.
How did we come up with the 14 years?
Wait, Darian, before you go further, hold on. I just need to recuperate. Hold on, 2 seconds. let me play something for you. Sir, I'm gonna need you to come back.
I see you be using
I'm gonna need you to come back. Because I'm confused. Okay, I'm gonna need you to come back. Okay, so 14 years. Because you kind of explained it. Basically, you're saying in between that time, she went off the ball. You didn't kick it with her for a few years. Then the next time you kind of run into each other, if I'm correct me if I'm wrong. The next time you run into each other is a year or less before the show. Is that what you're saying?
I'm gonna say this right here. We were Instagram friends.
Okay.
And we were liking each other photos during the years she was gone, but it was never no number exchange. No, we DM'd and said hello, but we never linked. So I saw her on Instagram all the time, but I knew she was all the time in Romania. I can't get to you. One thing about it, man, if I'm talking to you and I can't get to you, I don't want to talk because it's like torture. I can't get to you. I can't touch you. You're not tangible to me. I don't want you. You know what I mean? So she was too far to be talking to. She was too far out there, you know, and then she would come home to Albany State homecomings. Like I never went to them because I was always doing my thing, probably performing at somebody else's homecoming. You know what I mean? Like we never linked. We always would think you talk about linking. She was like, give me your number. I give her number. We'd exchange number and never call each other. Like all those years. You know what I mean? And it was big breaks in between that. You know what I mean?
So you're saying, I want to make it one more time, just confirm it. I absolutely 100% confirm what I'm hearing correctly. Right. You're saying 100% correctly, okay, is that after she went across the seas, I'm just making it very clear for anybody who's watching this again. Right. After she went across the seas, you haven't physically, I want to just make it very clear, you haven't physically seen her till a year before you went on Put a Ring on It, right? Because I know there's a picture of you and Young Jock and her. I've seen that picture. I did my investigation, so I want, you know what I'm saying? So you didn't see her until a year before Put a Ring on It, or did you guys see each other before then?
No. I didn't even know what height she was. I didn't know what she smelled like. I just knew what her hair looked like because I can go to her Instagram and see her, and I didn't go to her Instagram and see her. Even the likes, like we wasn't even liking each other photos like that. Like I would see her, you know, and I just didn't. I'm not a person to press like. I'm gonna keep it real with you. Like I love beautiful Black women's bodies.
I hear that.
I'm a huge fan of the
female body.
Yes. Breasts, hips, ass, thighs. I am a huge fan of Black women or women who look like Black women. If you're white, you got a Black body to me. You know
I get that. We're gonna come on to that in a second. I just want to make sure the timeline is absolutely nailed now. So so then obviously, what's this whole? So were you guys then? Okay, when you guys finally meet, she comes back. What is that? Like a year before the show, just a little bit less than that. Are you guys kicking it? or you're not kicking it? Is there a relationship or is there not a relationship? What kind of relationship is going on between you two when she comes
So
back
look,
and you finally meet?
so look, I saw her. We saw each other. She hit me on Instagram and was like, "Where you at?"
Mm.
And I said, "I'm in Atlanta." She was like, "Where? Let's meet up." So I say, "Shit, I'm in Buckhead." And she was like, "Where in Buckhead?" And I was like, "At my crib." She was like, "Where is it?" "I'm on my way." So I sent her this address right here. I sent her this address right here. She came.
Mm-hmm.
You can look on her page and see her inside the elevator on her way up. She takes a picture in the mirror. I saw her later on post that same night, or it wasn't the next day, but I think it was the same night. And she came up and we talked. And I told her, we just catching up, and I told her what I was doing, trying to do my acting thing, trying to get my situation together. And she was like, "Cool." She was like, "I know Young Jock. Would you do love and hip hop?" And I was like, "Yeah, I do love and hip hop."
Wait. So she asked you if you would do love and hip hop.
First of all, she
Or
wanted
you
to
brought
help
up
me
a...
with. First of all, she wanted to help me with my acting career.
Okay, she wants to help you with your acting career. Okay, yeah.
So she went to thinking up how
Different
she
ways to
could.
help you. Okay.
Listen, she knows a lot of people. You know what I
Yes,
mean?
I've seen that. Yeah,
Plus,
on
she was in a movie.
Instagram. Yeah.
She was in a movie before with Shaq when he was an old man. I forget the name of it. Shaq had the great old man.
Uncle Drew. Uncle Drew.
He was in Uncle Drew.
Uncle Drew.
She
Yeah.
was in Uncle Drew shooting Shaq eyes out.
Yeah.
And so yeah, like it's okay, damn, you plugged in. You know, let me get in. How can I get in? And she was like, "Look, let's go out to the club." So I went back, put on some clothes, and we went to the club that night and kicked it. And we had a good time, man. We had a good time. It was so much fun. It was like we left off. We started where we left off. I swear to God, it felt like that.
Okay, so did she speak to Young Jock about this event? This
Not yet. We kicked it first.
Okay.
Then after we kicked it, I brought her back up here
to the condo.
To the condo.
Okay.
And Georgie, the white girl who Kai mentioned, and the white she was here. She was in the back room.
Okay, Georgie's a white girl, but who is she to you?
She is a friend of mine that just has been there for me throughout.
What is friend here? Because people be saying friends loosely. Are we having sex? Are we friends with benefits? Like, are we not?
Just because we're having sex doesn't make us change the name. I mean, unless you want to.
Well, friends with benefits.
Unless
basically.
you want to go street with it and say, okay, we were fuck friends.
And friends with benefits. So
friends with benefits. But I mean, we were cool. Like one of my friends, it just said she had a vagina. You know what I mean? And, you know, we got intimate. Now you could get intimate with a man. You know what I mean? Without sex. When you and your homeboy playing basketball,
emotional connection. Yeah.
We all playing basketball, and y'all playing cards with each other, and y'all whooping everybody at the card game.
Yeah.
Like you and him then got real close. Y'all on the same algorithm. Yeah.
Sorry, I took you for the story. My fault. I took you for the story. So back onto the story. When you're saying that, then so that night that you were meeting in the club.
No, we didn't meet in the club. We went to the club from here.
Okay, so you met in the house, the condo first.
Yeah, she comes to the condo.
Okay.
We go to the club. We talk about job. Talk about acting. Talk about job. We go to the club. We come back and to the house, and we chilling. I'm smoking. She really wasn't smoking back then. Like she really wasn't smoking like that. But I had some weed, and she hit it a couple times. And then I don't think she really wanted to smoke. I think she was just didn't want to be a Debbie Downer. I think she just didn't want to be no party pooper. And so she hit it. I smoked the rest of it, and we just talked, catched up about the old times and the fun times we had back in the days. And I got drunk. We was drunk, and I was gonna let her meet Georgie, the white girl.
Okay.
The Greek girl. Georgie, I looked in the room and Georgie was knocked out, like snoring.
Okay.
So I was like, well, they'll meet later. And so me and Lex was like, yeah, you know, let's just work on this acting thing. I want to help you with your acting. And she was like, what are you doing? And I told her what I was doing. And so we linked up. She texted Jock.
Okay, young Jock, that is, yeah.
I had his number because he was on my mixtape. And he gave me a free verse on my mixtape. I got a song called I Ain't Hiding with T-Pain, Trade of Truth. And Jock has the last verse. You can go Google it. It's called I Ain't Hiding.
Okay.
And so me and Jock was already friends through a partner of mine from Albany named Polo.
Okay.
My partner, Polo, he from my hometown. He was Jock's assistant at the time. So I had connections to Jock, and she had connections to Jock. So we was like, let's use our connections to link with Jock. So we went our separate ways, and we linked up again like a couple days later, and was like, she called Jock and was like, Jock, I got Smoke with me. And I talked to Jock, and he was like, what's up, man? Y'all come to my club.
Okay, so wait, what did she say to young Jock? I
don't know what she told Jock. All I know is when she had already had it set up with Jock. So when I talked to Jock, it was easy because Jock know me. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And so Jock was like, come to my club.
We're gonna need young Jock to come up in here and confirm the story. You understand? Go on, sir. So
Jock was like, come to my club. I mean, he can vouch for. He know I ain't lying to cap on that man on here. You know what I mean? I ain't capping it off. So look, we went to see Jock at his club, me and her, to talk to him about love and hip hop.
Okay.
We hollered at him. He gave us tables, bottles. We balled that night. Got drunk, man. We had a good time, man. I don't know how to dance, so I sat in this. I stood there and let Lex do her thing because Lex knows how to move her, gyrate her hips. Yeah, like we had a good time. Lex dancing on me. I know Jock. I felt like Jock liked her, my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Because I know men. So I would like get away from her, like try to stop her from dancing. I'd tell her like, look, let's not be too intimate in here because, you know, he might like you. And we trying to get this situation with love and hip hop.
Okay, so you're thinking business. So you're thinking don't want her to mess up the opportunity. You know, I hear you saying. Okay. And
so now that doing a reality show like Love and Hip Hop is in the atmosphere, is in the universe, that's what we were thinking about. That's what we were on. You know what I mean? So I believe in manifestation. I believe in manifesting. I believe in, I believe in thinking of it with passion, thinking of it strongly, and executing it. And so we would keep hollering at Jock. And that was the execution. You know what I mean? That the second step of manifesting something. So, we hollering at Jock, and Jock just wasn't.
He wasn't taking the bait. Yeah, he wasn't taking the bait.
And so, but you gotta think, we still put that energy out there that we want to be on a reality show. So the energy is out there, and we still, we still like want to do this. We still working on it. Like if it ain't 106 and Park, I'm not 106 Park. If it ain't Love and Hip Hop, let's find another one to get on. And boom, manifestation always works the way it's gonna work. You know what I mean? And so Lex got a hit in her DM.
From?
I don't know who this girl was, but she was casting for
the show.
All
right, cool. Before you go further, just so that audience can keep up with us, right? Because I'm keeping up with you. And I know exactly what you're talking about, just in case they're missing that. We've just gone from the fact that obviously yourself and Alexia have met up, and obviously you've let her know that you've got an acting career. You're trying to pursue acting, right? You then go obviously then try to maybe potentially elicit the help of Young Jock because that's her friend or whatever. That's a link. You've got his number too, so that's a bit of a link that you guys are thinking we could potentially go into Love and Hip Hop ATL with.
Let me close this slide though.
Yeah, that's cool. So you're looking to then you know, get potentially get with Love and Hip Hop ATL, right? Then now you're saying that obviously that Alexia was then hit up on the DMs by a talent scout or whatever from Put a Ring on It. Okay. At this point, are y'all kicking it? Are you in a relationship? What is going on between you and Alexia? What is it that you know that what position? Let me say this again. What was the state of the relationship from your angle, and what do you think the state of the relationship was from her angle?
I thought we were like basically from my angle.
Okay.
We were helping each other out. She wanted to do it too. You know,
okay.
You think like she's been in movies and she's done TV as well. So she wanted to do it too. So we was helping each other out. My name was already ringing. It's Smoke a Film Mob in Atlanta. Like in Atlanta, they look at it like I'm a legend. So, you know, here my name was already ringing. So it was easy for her to mention my name and people would bite into it. And so she was shopping it. You know what I mean? Like she was shopping it. But it didn't come from the shopping. It came just from manifestation. Now, it did come from the shopping too, because that's the work you put in after you think of it. So, you know, yeah, they hit in the DM.
They hit in the DM. Okay. So you both are aware now that this is business.
Yeah.
Right.
But let me keep it gangster with you now.
Okay, keep it gangster then for me.
We were going to, you know, this I was in the cigars and she was going to this, she was going to this cigar spot called the Patio.
Okay. Bro, you don't want, you don't have to tell us real names. Don't worry, you can keep it. You can keep it kosher.
I mean, I don't care, but I love that place, so I'll support them. Like, y'all go check out the Patio, man. Live music, man, and tasty cigars. You know, she took me there. Bought me the cigar I wanted, big fat. I forgot what it was. I think it was an Oliva, and she bought me an Oliva, and we got drunk. And she wasn't into cigars like that, but eventually I got her into them to where I had to show her how to smoke them. You know, instead of inhaling them in your lungs, just switch the smoke in your mouth and blow it out. Yeah, we started going to this place, the Patio, and we got drunk, and things would happen after getting drunk.
Okay, y'all kicking it basically, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, the DM came, and she called me. First, she sent me a screenshot of the DM, and I read it, and I was like, put a ring on it. I'm like, I've never heard of this shit before. And honestly, like, if you would have asked me what was my least favorite network or channel, I would have told you OWN. Like, I hated OWN. Like, I hated it. Like, I hated OWN. Like, I hated they shows. They shows were generic to me. Like, I hated OWN so much to where, like.
Where you gonna have to hold? You're gonna have to hold. You're gonna have to hold.
With you, I'm gonna keep it real with you. Like, I hated that channel. Like, I was not a fan of Oprah. During that time,
just want to say Oprah. This is not me. You know, this is him. He doesn't like Oprah. I don't mind your Oprah. You know what I'm saying? Just saying. All right, go, bro.
It is what it is. I just wasn't a fan of Oprah. I was used to be doing research, and I used to be a conspiracy theorist at one time in my life. And I reading conspiracy theories, and just I found out that OWN was OWN, but if you flip it the other way, it's NWO. And so I always looked at it as New World Order. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Oprah, this ain't him, this me. You know what I mean? I hopefully don't see no drone through my don't see no drone through
Well,
my
if you get taken
slide
out, it's got
door.
nothing to do with me. I have Jesus. Go on.
Yeah, I mean, uh, so I wasn't a fan of like I had my reasons. You know, the Kobe Bryant thing had happened. You know, and with Gail. So I wasn't a fan of like, this is a dead man. What are you doing? You know what I mean? So I was upset. But, you know, how God's blessings come, man, you can't, God works in mysterious ways. So I know, like, how his blessings come, you just gotta, hey, it's a blessing. It comes from God. It comes from manifestation. You need to run with it. So I went to check the show out, and it was horrible. Like, it was one of the most horrible shows I had ever seen. Like, only person I liked was Hollywood. And why I liked Hollywood, because Hollywood I loved the way New Orleans people talk, wine, and all that shit they be saying, like, what's out, and all that. I love the way they talk. I just love it. And so, you know, he used to be on there talking about what's out, baby, and talking like Lil Wayne them, and I used to love it. And his draw was way thicker than Cash Money's. So I used to like watching him, man. I thought he was taller.
Okay.
I liked how he handled it himself on the show.
Okay. So that for them, for you, going into, so okay, so I just want to clarify. So you going on to the show, then you and Alexia were not a couple.
No.
You weren't a couple at all.
No, we were kicking it.
Okay.
We were headed there until she got on the phone with my baby mama, and that's further fast forward. Something happened between her and my kid's mother, and it was like, hell no. You know what I mean? So we'll get to that, but like.
So what was the purpose of you guys going on the show? I just want to make it very clear for the audience. I know what it is, but what was the purpose of going on the show?
Was to get exposure.
To get exposure.
To do our acting thing. Yeah.
Okay. So let's get to a point here then. So the reason why you got into the show is because you wanted exposure. Okay, fantastic. So now we're on the show. What was your plan? Yeah, to get this exposure.
The plan, we had a plan. Like, I don't like doing shit without a plan.
Okay.
You can't tell God your plan, but you still gotta have a plan.
Okay.
You can't tell God your plan because God might throw some things up in there. You know what I mean? On the way to the goal. Not might, will. So you can't tell God your plan, but you still have to have a plan. And we had a plan. Like, we had a full plan, and we had an end game. And the end game was to not get married on the show, but to keep the momentum going, the wave going, where I was going to apologize for what I did, and then after the show ain't airing anymore, propose to her to keep it going, so we can get like a spinoff or something, you know, to keep it going. And that was the plan. Like, the plan was to show people that Black love can happen, regardless of what scientifically they say, or you can go on Google and see like how Black love has an 83% divorce rate. I mean, it's not even working. You know.
So okay, so obviously you've gone to show them the plan that, you know, you're gonna go for exposure. You know, you've orchestrated this plan. How does Kai come into the situation? Obviously, because Kai has been made to be the villain.
Kai became in the situation because I saw, like, the show, I was studying it. Like, I was studying first season. So scenes that were going on that we were going to do, I would pull it up on YouTube and see what they did on that part. And then I would go on and do my thing. And so one of the cast members, the one that was living in the condo with the fine Black girl, the thick chocolate thing, man, oh man, the one that had the threesome at the end, him.
Michael Shea and Michael
whatever
Shea
his name, I'll forget because I just like the Hollywood. Yeah. when he went on them multiple dates, because he was quiet. He was a quiet guy. But because he went on them multiple dates like that, that was how he got his attention. And he also got his attention from dating that one, from that woman, from having sex with that woman on the low. I wasn't gonna have sex with Kai, you know what I mean? But I was looking for someone on the show to go on multiple dates with. I didn't think it was gonna be the first one, but that's God. You know what I mean? I didn't think which one it was gonna be, but it ended up being the first one. And I seen Kai, was like, man, this motherfucker thick. My mama chocolate. Oh, this girl has she got like brown skin. You know, she had all the things I loved about women.
So does Alexia know this at the time?
Yes, I told Lex, hey, I'm gonna go on multiple dates. That was the plan. Okay. I'm going on multiple dates so I can get attention on me away from the rest of them.
Calm. And then does she know about the plan with then Kai then? Does she know about
No. Me having sex with Kai, just
it's off script.
No, that wasn't part of the plan. Like the plan was to create for me to cheat, but not actually have sex with her. Like the plan was for me to see Kai after when the cameras was off, and she find out me and Kai was talking by going through my phone or however we was gonna do it, and she found out that we were having a friendship outside, and that was supposed to be the scandal.
So hold on a minute. Kai is the innocent one in this.
No, Kai isn't, because Kai, I didn't do much.
You told her you were not with anybody, right? You told Kai that you weren't dating Alexia, right?
During the time, no, Kai didn't know my plan. Kai wasn't a part.
No, but she did. But she doesn't know that you're. I mean, at the time, she said that you. Not even she said, but I'm sure I've heard you said that you were not in a relationship. When you're on the reunion, you're telling Alexia you're not in a relationship.
Yes, we're not in a relationship.
So Kai hasn't done anything wrong, because technically you were in a relationship.
No. She hasn't done anything wrong at all.
Okay.
I was stressing that on TV. Like I was saying that, like the girl ain't did nothing wrong. Like get off her back, because they were on her back too hard. I didn't expect.
So why is Alexia on her so much when you are the one? You fam, you are the problem. Why is she on Kai's back?
Because it's TV. Like she had to make it look like I'm upset with his date. I don't like his date. Like I'm not.
But even after the show.
After the show, tension. I don't know. Listen, after the show, that was them going back and forth. I had nothing to do with that. Yeah, I mean, that was them. I think Kai was upset that Eric girl had went and dug up information about Kai and her being a dancer at that time. So that made Kai upset, because she didn't really want her being a dancer, an exotic dancer, to be on the show. Like she got kids, and she didn't want her kids to be, see that part of the game. So it came out, and Kai just went on and claimed it. And I mean, went on and just took the role. And I told her to, like, look, just go ahead and claim it. You know what I mean? Let's not hide it. It's gonna look crazier if you don't fess up to what's really going on.
Man, this is crazy. First of all, to say, Kai, this is your exoneration right here, okay? All right? The audience have seen this. You're not to blame. You understand? Second of all, so wait.
She wasn't to blame in the beginning.
Yeah, it's all the way the show did it.
Stuff that came, like, that was extra. But
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, can you confirm who told her to hold your hand?
I think they prompt her, because they prompt you on the show. They pull the phone, and it's on the prompter. And I think they told her to grab my hand. You know what I mean? Because they were telling me to say certain things, and I wasn't finna say that shit, because I got people watching. You know what I mean? And so that's when they start disliking me early. because I would not let the shepherd lead me. I was the goat, and I'm going to go my way. I'm a goat. Goats are mountain climbers, the best mountain climbers God created. So I was trying to be the goat on there. I wasn't trying to be no sheep and follow the same thing they were doing. And me and Lex had that conversation, like, we got to go against the grain. Like, we got to go against the grain. We can't do what they're doing. I was like, look, if we get married on the show, that's what everybody else is doing. I like, we'll be forgotten.
Wait, who said that? Lex said if we get married on the show, or did you say that? Okay, you said that. Okay.
I said we get married on the show. We'll just be later on watching ourselves on the couch and with no love, no extra love. I told her, like, look, we got to go against the grain. And I explained to her, like, you know, when a man shaves his face with the grain, he get bumps. But when he shaves his face against the grain, that's when it's a successful shave. So I'm trying to let her know, like, we got to go against the grain. Going against the grain has always won, and it's like undeniable. You can't miss going against the grain when everybody else is going with the grain. I wanted to do everything different from what they were doing. So I took things from each character from first season and did it. Like, whatever they did that was hot, you know what I mean? I did it. Like, whatever got them attention, I did it on purpose. If you go back and watch it, you'll see, like, you know what I mean? Like, damn, this motherfucker crazy. Yeah, like, this shit's intentional. You know what I mean?
This is kind of making a lot more sense. Okay, so Alexia knows the plan, at least. Maybe not you sleeping with Kai.
At most, she knows the plan.
Knows the plan. Okay, so she knows the plan. You guys gone on the show, everything that's happened. So all the tears and everything like that, all of that was just acting for you guys.
I went to the bar. I saw Sean cry first, and when I seen him cry, Kelly. First of all, Kelly. One of the heads.
I know who he is. Yeah.
He kept asking me to cry. He was like, Darian, I need you to cry. And I was like, I'm not finna cry on TV. I'm too black to be crying. And he would talk to Lex and like Lex, get Darian to cry. And he talked to me. He was like, do you know how it is? He was like when a black man cry on TV, and he mentioned these black men crying on TV, and I was like, no, I'm not doing it. And so, because I was against anything that anybody told me, I wanted to be against. That was my MO. Whatever they tell you to do opposite. Be the rebel. You know what I mean? Be the double. Be the doppelganger. Anyway, so whatever they told me to do, I just was against it. And so, Sean did it, and when he did it, the way everybody treated him, cameramen, like everybody was like, everybody, the camera girl, cameraman, the water girl, the water boy, even Lex and what's Eric girl name is Jessica, was like, everybody was like, you know, it was warm to him. It was like he just gained everybody's love, and I was like, okay, I'm crying. I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry, and I'm gonna do it at the right time. And so, yeah, like, you know, the crying shit, that was cap. It's easy for a woman to cry. Because they're emotional creatures. So I ain't gonna say that Lex tears were fake. You know what I mean? They were real because what we were going through in the process. But for me, it's not easy to cry. So I went in the bathroom. I was like, stop taping. I need to go to the bathroom. And I went to the bathroom and I yarned until the water filled up in my eyes, and I went back out there. And I closed my eye one time and it fell.
Man, at least you can act, bro. At least you can act. I'll give you that, bro. Okay, cool. Let me let me ask a question. Okay, cool. So all of this is happening. All of that's happening, right? So
Right.
you've mastered the show, but we're getting stuff obviously outside of the show, right? For instance, the accusations that you know, and I know you put a video out with the shoebox thing that women were saying something. Certain women in the past were saying you ain't pay no bills. What's that about?
Let me tell you this. One of my favorite actors, his name is Michael Coulter. He played as Johnny Cage. Dark-skinned man, bald head like me. He was pursuing his acting career. He was sleeping in his car. He was sleeping in the streets. He went through a lot before he became this mega star he is today. Musically, things had slowed down. My partner had some legalities, so I wasn't doing them but getting like royalty checks. I got caught with a lot of weed. Serving weed with my partner, we had a person that trafficked the weed is called a mule.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah.
We had a mule. My partner started smashing the mule. Him and the mule fell out with each other because he wanted to have sex with her. I told him don't be smashing that girl. Mule got caught. Mule didn't get caught. Mule, he left the mule alone. So we started moving that shit ourselves. We got away with it so much up and down that road with that shit. Finally got caught. Got into a situation where I was locked up. I got out and I wasn't finna touch nothing. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't touching nothing. Like, I wanted my freedom. I enjoyed my freedom. Like, them times and that 6 months was the worst time of my life. You know what I mean? Yeah, like, I hated that. Like, to this day, like, it bothers me. Like, I don't think I'll ever not be, like.
So you're saying because you went into prison and stuff, it was.
I didn't go to prison. I went to a
okay.
I went to a boot camp in Moultrie, Georgia. 6 months. Anyway, I got locked up. I got out. Like, what you gonna do? Music, like I said, me and my partner wasn't even seeing eye to eye. He was in jail. So you can't do music. We was a group. When you're a group, it's one. He was in jail, so hey, I'm out here. You know what I mean? I'm out here.
So
what do I do? And so I ran it.
How does the girls play into it? Because obviously, are you saying that because you was in a difficult spot, the girls had to spot you in that moment?
Spot, like Michael Coulter, before that white lady came and picked him up and told him, hey, she was trying to feed him. He wouldn't take the food. You know what I mean? Finally, he took the food and moved in with her. But anyway, at first it was my kid's mother. She took me in. And
is that the one that was on Kamisha's show?
No, never met her.
Okay.
That's my my last kid's mother.
Okay.
I was kicking it with her. You know what I mean? We was kicking it. She was living off government assistance. You're not supposed to have a man in the home, but they do. They still do it. Yeah, it was with her at first. We fell out. Me and her were together. And before we fell out, and then I met the Greek girl. And now I'm kicking it with the Greek girl.
Okay. So question, because everyone wants to know, are you married?
No, I'm not married.
So the person that pulled up the paperwork that you were married or whatever.
I got married.
Were you married before then?
Yes, I got married for $15,000 to help Someone.
You don't say anything. That's good. So you were married originally, but it wasn't. But did you finally do the divorce papers for it?
Yes, it's over with.
Okay.
Now the person I married, I started liking her, and she was an African woman, so the marriage became real because I was going through a lot, and she was like, "Look, come here. She was the African woman. She's Nigerian. It was easy to go there. You know what I mean? Because I'm trying to get myself back together. I don't want to touch no dope, and I can't get no job. You're not going to see smoking film in nowhere working. I couldn't be caught like that. That would lower the value of a celebrity. It does every day. So instead of getting the job, I moved in with the African lady after the Greek girl. I left the Greek girl and went with the African lady, and now I'm staying with her. I got a car. I'm living good with her. She cook every day. You know what I mean? Like, African women are totally different from Americanized women. You know.
So then obviously we I don't even go into that particular topic because that's another thing. Okay, so who is, and I don't even like calling it this, but who is the white lady that was with you that Kyle was talking about? What is her name? I don't like calling her white lady. That's a Greek girl.
Her name is Georgie.
Georgie. Okay, cool. Okay, what role does she play in this? Because obviously Kyle said she came to the cribbo, she saw Georgie there. Well, is Georgie your girlfriend?
What? Georgie always been there. When the music shit fell off, after I left my baby mama, I ran into Georgie, and she's never left. You know what I mean? She's never left, and she's still around. Me and my kids' mother got back together after me and Georgia fell out on our on and off. Me and her is the one had the on and off all the years. Like, the story me and Lex told is her story. We was off. I went back to my baby mama, and my baby mama, we was kicking it, and I was told her I'm finna leave because I can't tell you why, but I was finna leave, and she was like, "Don't leave, like, let's stay together." So I was like, "All right." So we stayed together. I still left physically and still kicked it with her, with my kid mama, and I went to stay with the Greek girl to kick it with her. And my baby mama, it was hard to make them, it was hard balancing them out. So I moved my baby mama in with me and the Greek girl. So now I'm in a polygamous relationship. I got the Greek girl here, and I got my kids' mom. Moved all the kids all in one house down here, down in Florida. And yeah, I got two women. I got her and my baby mama, and we trying to work this thing out. And it was going perfect. It was perfect. It was perfect. I mean, oh my God, it was perfect. She working. You know, I'm doing my little thing. I had just signed a little record deal with a local dude in Florida. So I was getting money with him. We all put in the money in the pot. We had a dope operation. Like, but there was always money. We didn't have to pay, like it was perfect, man. It was perfect. The only reason why it didn't work out because they started letting other women get in their head with the monogamous situations that, you know, that we were raised on. And so, you know, the stuff that white girls do for their men, Black American women consider it stupid. Like, oh, girl, you did that for him and you did that for him, and he ain't even, you know what I mean? Like, they do it with no problem. And my baby mama had adapted that same energy to where it's like, help him, you know what I mean? And he'll reciprocate. Yeah,
so they knew about each other, but did they know, were you kicking it with both of them?
I was kicking it with both of them at once. And it wasn't working because I'm honest. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So I go with her, and I go with her. Yes, when I go to Albany, yes, we're doing it. When I go with you, yeah, that's what's going on. So, you know, we decided to just put it together because she said she wasn't leaving, and she said she wasn't leaving.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Okay. I hear what you're saying. So, okay. So this whole so basically this whole journey for you guys. I mean, question: did you ever love it, Lex? And I'm not talking about love as a friend. I'm talking about love her.
Let me tell you this right here, like. Being in the business that I am, a celebrity, you can't be just out here believing and loving people, and you can't be frivolous. You can't be frivolous with you can't, because you smoke a field mob. Like, how can you know who is being real with you when you can have them all? Like, you don't know, and that's a curse being an artist. Like, or being a entertainer, like, man, you don't know if that person like you for you. You don't really. Like, that person might like you because you smoke a film up, and and you don't want her to like you because of that. That she's a groupie then. You know what I mean? You want her to love Darian, and a lot of times people didn't want Darian because Darian was the real me. They wanted me to act like that dude in the video with the pig. You know what I mean? So, you know. Like, you don't know. It's hard to balance. It's hard to figure out who fuck with you. And it ain't just like that with girls. Like, with men. Like, when you are a celebrity or you got some status on you like that, you are a target. You automatically turn people into predators. Even people that aren't predators, you turn them into predators. You know what I mean? So I didn't have any friends. And so I stuck with these same women because I knew that they liked me. So I was scared to even, like, because I didn't know. I ain't gonna lie, I used it a lot of times. I used the field mob card to get a lot of sex. I used the field mob card to get groupies all the time. But, you know, you don't know. You don't know who really fucking with you for you. You don't. To this day, it's like that. You know what I mean? So I could count on E.T. hand how many friends I got. You know what I mean? My circle's smaller than a Cheerio. You know what I mean? I don't hang with no bunch of people, you know what I mean? Because I don't know if you really fuck with me for me, or you looking at me as a come up, you know what I mean? You got people that fuck with me for them instead of fucking with me for me.
So what it sounds like is, I get it. I can understand what you're saying. So being a celeb, how people can want to use you, right?
Oh man, wanna use you, gonna use you.
Gonna use you. Okay. So are you saying that you're using them first before they use you? Because that's what it sounds like.
No, not with my baby mama and the Greek girl and the African lady. At first it was, until I just went on and just took the role as her husband, and just became her husband for real. And her kids call me father, and they still do. Like, no, I get now the African lady. Yeah, that was like, you know, she had an ulterior motive, and it was to set herself in America, but it became real. You know what I mean? Like, I started loving her for real because her love was something I had never seen before, never felt before. And so it was easy to love her. My baby mama, I loved her. My kids are love kids. I mean, none of them are mistakes. The Greek girl, it took a while for me to realize she really messed with me, because when I didn't have anything, she was there, and she would support me, but she didn't care if I made it or not. Like, she didn't care.
Did she have to go through a situation where you were out with other women though?
Hey man, any woman I deal with got to go through something.
Why?
Because I just told you, I don't know if you like me for me.
Yeah, but
So in order for me to figure out if you like me for me, I gotta test you. In order for you to get to heaven, you have to be tested.
But tested.
That's what the devil does.
I get you saying.
He's a teacher. That's what he really is.
I
And
get what you're
so,
saying, but tested in that's what I want to ask specifically. So when you're saying tested, what you can be with another
you're
woman
not
and
finna
she'll be
easily get me. It's not finna be, oh, they went on some dates and nah, I'm gonna take you through. Listen, with me, it's standing the test of time.
okay.
Can you
Testing the
stand the
test of
test
time, I
of
get
time?
that, but okay. So what I'm saying is, does that person have to endure? Let's say you going and being with another woman, being intimate with another woman, and I mean sexually. Does she have to endure that before you realize she's true?
No, it's not necessarily sexual. Like, like the way I moved.
Yeah.
Like, I was still doing the rap thing. So studio time, like studios, like I would be at studio for 2 days or a day and a half, or coming home at 6 in the morning. Can you handle that?
Okay, that's different. That's, yeah, I get that.
Can you handle me being with a group of men and coming around all the time? Like, I would test a woman how you would act around my friends, or how you would act. So I would bring other men around who had money and who were good looking or fly, you know what I mean? And I'd be observant, very observant. And I watch you. I watch her reactions. I watch, will she laugh at his jokes? You know, will she give him eye contact? How she moved around him. You know what I mean? I would create settings to see your mannerism and how you were. And I knew the mannerism of a groupie. I know how they act. I know how they do. I know how the googly eyes go. I know how they are. And if I see you just one time do one of them things, it was over. And so my baby mama would pass the test. You know what I mean? The white girl, the Greek girl, she would pass the hell out of the test because she would completely stay in her back room. She wouldn't come out. You know what I mean? She wouldn't show no attention to another man. You know what I mean? Men, we come around your woman, any woman. You know what I mean? It's natural for us to be be drawn to the female spirit, to be drawn to feminine energy. And so it could be your girl. We still gonna be flirting with the eye. We're gonna see what she gonna do. You know what I'm saying?
So do you, okay, so just because you've given us a good background in what you've gone through, this sounds more than just the groupies, bro. From what we're hearing, this sounds like, and that's why I was asking about your how you were with your parents, how you were with your mom, how you were with dad, so we get a better understanding of where you're coming from. Because what I'm really hearing is, a fear that someone is not being real with you, a fear of
Yes.
abandonment, and there's a fear also as well of someone, showing saying more attention to someone else than to you, because it may signal that that person doesn't like you as much as you think they like you, right? It's almost like you're trying to protect yourself.
It's not a mate.
Okay, maybe okay, so maybe it is, but it's like you're trying to almost control your whole environment so that they can't hurt you.
Exactly.
And this is what I was wanting to ask at the very beginning. At the very beginning, right? When you were with your mom and your dad, and when you obviously had the separations with the parents like that, it really does sound like, bro, that you were really hurt, and that's why I was trying to get you to give me the answer, because I don't think you really gave it. You glossed over it, and I think this is where you're having major issues.
I don't think I glossed over it. I think I get
okay
straight up, and that's what you get.
No, not that you didn't get too straight up. No. When I say gloss over it, the way you told the story was you magnified your mom, right?
Yeah.
You put it on the pedestal, which is fine, but you didn't tell the full truth of the emotional implications that happened to you when you moved from your grandma to your mom, and then you moved to your dad, and you're having those separations with parents, how that breaks you emotionally. Because what you're telling me right now is emotional wounds that are now exhibiting itself in control. So how you control your environment is by making sure any woman that comes in, you're going to make sure that they don't have any sniff or whiff of looking at somebody else. Even when you're talking about
it ain't even looking at somebody else, any swift or whiff of disloyalty.
Yeah, but okay, so your tolerance for disloyalty is much lower than most people's, because the honest truth is this:
Because I am a target. I am like I said, like I am prey. You feel what I'm saying? You know what I mean? People, and it is not just like that with women. I do that with, if you was my homeboy, I set you up. You know what I mean? I set you up and see what you gonna do, see how you gonna be in certain environments, see if I'm gonna keep you around or not. You know what I mean? To see if you a snitch on me, to see if you would tell on me, or see if you would have my back, to see if you would turn on me. You know what I mean? So, see, like I said, like no, I did it with everyone, not just women. I did it with everyone, and like the only thing I've ever had to be 100% was a dog. Like I'm a dog lover. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Okay, so here's the thing. You ever watched the film Taken?
Yeah.
Liam Neeson in that film, right? He has a particular set of skills, right?
Right.
He tells his daughter not to go to Paris.
Yes.
Right?
Patty.
To Paris, right? He tells her not to go to Paris because of his job. Right? His job is something that he does, which is very dangerous. Right? And because it's so dangerous, he sees the world differently to how his daughter will see it.
Right.
So he tries to warn her, right? Yeah. When you explained your story, you know, I intentionally highlighted that story where you said about the girl that lost her brother, right? Mallory, right? Yeah. And she lost her brother. And you said something which was really interesting. You said you at that moment realized her brother had been lost, and then you were gonna almost like you got close to her because you got close to her because you wanted sex, right? Right.
I was in love with her. That's
okay, you was in love with her, but that is a wolf move,
right?
Right. Wolves understand other wolves. It is not the fact that groupies are around. It's the fact that you are a wolf.
Right.
I know wolves because I've been a wolf before, so I'm telling you this not to get out of you. Yeah. It's not to get out of you at all. So I've been a wolf before. I know what it is. When you're wolfing, you will never ever to fully recover fully. Right. And trust other people because you know that you're a decent guy. To you, remember, however the world sees doesn't make a difference. How you see yourself, every human being sees themselves as a decent human being.
Right.
When they realize they got a dark side to themselves, right? They got a dark side to themselves. Then they see the dark side in every single person, in every single move, which has now made you hypersensitive to any woman that comes into your particular vicinity that even they can breathe funny, and you're gonna be like, you are out of you're moving shifty. It's more than just groupies. It's your past catching up with you now. Do you know what I'm saying? Right?
Plus
it's
your experience. Like I've seen, like it could be a certain move you make. You know what I mean? And you're that type of person because I see like they eventually show you, like they eventually do it. They eventually show you that you's who you saw them as. You know what I mean? Me, I go ahead and get them out of there as soon as I see it. It's the increment of it. As soon as I see it, I go ahead and get you out of there. Like I'm at with scissor hands. I cut you off so fast. You know what I mean? So and I'm not quick to pull somebody new in either, because I'm very comfortable with being alone. I'm home right here by myself alone, and I love it. You know what I mean?
I hear you. So kind of just let me describe what's happening here. We have emotional PTSD.
Right. And too, the wolfing thing, like you're so right. Like, you know, I know I'm a wolf, you know what I mean? And so I know that because I'm a wolf, like wolves roll in packs, you know what I mean? And so I knew that y'all were wolves. I knew all my homeboys were wolves, you know what I mean? So, you know, I would even watch how the girl I was in love with the first time, Teresa, would act around the other wolves, you know what I mean? And they would be woofing, like you was doing like you was doing ALEXIA. You was woofing on her. You was running game on her. You was smiling. You was grinning. You was feeling Lex. You know what I mean? How you was woofing on Lex. That's how I watched that. I watched that type of, you know, I watched that type of like them actions. Like, so, you know, I'm very good at it. You know what I mean? If they didn't show me that if they would show me something different, I would have saw something different in their actions. Like, okay, you would do a wolf move, but you never did the end game of a wolf, or you never just completely showed me your full 100% wolf. I never got that before. Never.
So the women that you're describing, the reason why they are working with you is because they're sheep.
Facts.
That's the whole truth, right? Any ounce of a woman being more than a sheep, any other animal that can give resistance to your prowess will not stay long in your vicinity.
Right.
Right. So what I want you to kind of see is that due to the emotional PTSD, what that means in the sense of almost like you've gone to war, right? Gone to war, and even now when you're a civilian, you still hear a noise and you react hypersensitively. That's how you're seeing your environment, and that's how you're kind of seeing the women that come into your space. It becomes really hypersensitive. And I'm saying to you, look, the women out here, they have been loyal, they love you, they care for you, but it's almost like you need absolute divine sworn loyalty to even trust these women. But it starts way before then. It starts in the past, bro. So I'm asking you,
let me say this right here. Because of what I have to give, because of what I'm going, because of my loyalty, because I know what I'm gonna do for you. I already know. And
but your loyalty comes at a price, though. You have to test them to be loyal. It's not a mutual exclusive.
So many times, in order to get this from me, in order to get this perfect, I call it perfect. In order to get this perfect love from me, this perfect. I don't do love without loyalty. Like if I do love, loyalty has to come with it. They have to be hand in hand. They don't, it's not like that. Like love is its own thing and loyalty is its own thing. But if they don't, I know that my love comes with loyalty. I know that I'm going to give you more than 100%. I'm going to give you 1,000%. I'm going to fall in love with loving you. I'm going to fall in love with being loyal to you. I'm going to get high off of buying you things. I'm going to get high off of making you smile. I'm going to get high off of cooking for you. I'm going to get high off of just showing you love. So I have lots of love. I'm a giver more than a receiver. You know what I mean?
I agree.
Like, yeah, so at the end of the day, like,
but you would have broken them before then.
Yeah, I love
but you would have broken them. Yeah. But bro, listen, I know, I actually believe you. You would go hard for them, right? Because this is what happens, right? But like you would have broken them before then.
You really are to me.
But you would have broken them before then.
You are way more beautiful than you are. You feel what I'm saying?
Yes, but you would have broken them before then. Right. That's the issue. You know, you'd have broken a heart before you got to that place. I don't want you to get to that place where you break a heart before you get to a place of showing that loyalty. It shouldn't be. Listen, I'll be honest with you. Oftentimes when we look at the world, we look at the world through our heart. The Bible says the eye is a lamp to this body, right? It's this eye that we see. If the heart itself is broken, the eyes won't see correctly.
Right.
So if the heart is hurting, whenever you see the world, you can't see it correctly. Until this is fixed, until we begin to do the healing here, then whenever you look at the world, you always look at them as sheep wolves. And you will always treat these women in a really, and bro, I'll be honest with you, that first treatment that you have of them, I agree, you're going to be loyal. I agree with you. You're going to love them. You're going to care for them later on in your own kind of way. But what you're going to do at the very beginning is you're going to break them. These women are not going to be at their best. These women are not going to be able to yield the fullest crop that you can get from them because you're breaking them before they get to that point.
I don't look at it like that.
I know you don't.
Let me explain something. Like in life, you have to get to, but just check this out, right? Jesus, before he went to Mount Calvary and descended, they broke him. Check this out. You got 33 bones in your vertebrae. Those 33 represents the years of Jesus Christ. And so Jesus started in a stable where there's shit. So your bottom bone, the bottom bone on your spine, that represents the stable where the shit is. It's where your butt is. You know what I mean? And so Jesus went through all these steps until he got to Mount Calvary. Your brain and your head is your Calvary. You know what I mean? And so when he got there to the Calvary, he became a god when he descended into the sky. Now, that 33 years, he went through a lot of shit. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, it's like did they break him down by the time he got to heaven? Are you broken down by the time you get to, did they break him down, like, or was his friends turned on him, like the 12 disciples watched him, Judas kissed him on the face. Look at all the things he went through to get through to heaven. Now it's the same thing with getting him, put a ring on it. Like, we went through some shit to get there. Like, I went through some shit, she went through some shit, but when we got there, all of it was worth it. All of it, we went through was worth it when we finally got there and made it happen. I think, I honestly feel like that's life. Like I said, they take you through a test too. You're not the only one. I'm not the only one doing the testing here. Like, they testing you too at the same time. You know what I mean? They're trying to see how you'll, where you'll be receptive to certain things. Women do the same thing that we do. It's not no easy, like, okay, just easy. No, it's not easy at all. Even with these women that I've dealt with, it wasn't easy. Even with Lex. You know what I mean? Lex took me through something, you know what I mean, in that small amount of time. And I took Lex through something in that small amount of time. I honestly feel like without the struggle, you won't have the strength to be who you are at the top or to become the God. You know what I mean? So I feel what you're saying. You're saying they broken by the time they get there. They broke Jesus' ass down. You know what I mean? Hung his ass on a damn tree and beat the shit out of him. You know what I mean? And I feel like you have to go through hell to get to heaven.
Okay, so this is my last kind of last set on this.
Okay.
If you're comparing women to Jesus, we're already
I'm
off
comparing
track.
all humans to Jesus.
Okay,
We're all Jesus. You are Jesus.
I get you
I'm
saying.
Jesus. We are Jesus.
Wait there. No. Wait. First of all,
to become an actor or become to get there, there's a road. Like, okay, so we're gonna say that
there's a road, but
there's
a road, but what you're explaining right now, I want you to understand something. When you're explaining what you're explaining right now, you're talking about the Son of God, whether you believe him or not, versus a human being. The two are completely different, sir. And the journey that you're describing. No, wait, hold on. No one goes for the same journey that he is going through. You are not supposed to.
It's not the same.
Okay,
but
so
it's a similar journey.
No one should be having to go to the cross for you. This is my point I'm making. If Jesus has already gone to the cross for us, why are you making women go to a cross for you?
Because she's making me go to the cross for her. It's not easy to get the pussy. You gotta take her out to eat. You got to goddamn, you gotta go through men. She already got a man. So now you gotta be better than him. So you can get her to leave him alone. So she that's a struggle. Like, no, it's a struggle.
Let's agree to disagree. We'll chop this up after.
Listen. I'm not finna go with date no woman and it's easy to get her. I need her to be hard to get. I need her to be like a butterfly. Beautiful, but hard to catch. And if you try to catch a butterfly you want to, that shit is going to be difficult. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, like,
we agree to disagree. We're gonna
agree to disagree because I feel like the struggle is what makes you strong. When you go in that gym, you're gonna go hurt. In order to get muscle, in order to be a bodybuilder, in order for them men to get big as they are, man, they went through a lot of pain. You gotta shock your muscles. You gotta eat right. You gotta do all these things to get the goal, and the goal is heaven. Heaven ain't no place in the sky on them clouds. And the streets of gold. It's not. Heaven is a mindset. You know what I mean? Heaven heaven is when you get your shit to where you want your show to be. So you got to go through these type of interviews right here with me and other people before you get to be the Kojo that Kojo wants to be. And that's the struggle. That's Jesus with the cross on his shoulder. That's what you want right now. But we're gonna take a different. You don't look at it like that. But I do.
We'll chop it after. We'll chop it after. That's fine.
Church, I read the Bible twice. You know what I mean?
It's calm, bro. It's calm.
Numbers to the Rummy. All 66 books of the Bible. I went through it.
It's calm, bro. Don't worry. We'll chop it after. We'll chop it after. We'll talk
about that later on.
Yeah, we'll chop it after. We can chop it after. You get me? So, like, we can chop it after because you've given us a good interview. I'm not gonna lie to you. You've been open. I ain't gonna lie to you. You've been open and honest. And that's all I can ever ask for if you come on this channel, that you be open and honest and you answered all the questions that I asked. So I appreciate that. Audience members, I promised you an internet breaking exclusive. We gave you an internet breaking exclusive. You understand? I want to thank my guest, Darian. I really do appreciate. You know, we appreciate you, Smoke. We appreciate you, do you know what I'm saying, for coming on here and giving us your truth. Do you know what I'm saying? Audience, listen, it's been amazing. It's been great. We had 4,500 you come out. You know what I'm saying?
Audience, I didn't get to get my point across. You know what I mean? About this Put a Ring on It show. So it's going to be a number part 2, man. Because we ain't get to the juice. You know what I mean? We ain't get to what happened and why I'm, you know, airing it out. We didn't get to
answer that last question. Why are you airing it out now? That's the final question.
Because we and her had a plan. We had a plan. The plan, like I told you, was us to show black love. At the end of the day, like I called her. I said, baby, you know, it's time to do something else. The damsel in distress thing that you got going on is playing. The bad guy is playing. It's time to move to the next step, because this is not love and hip hop where we can drag it out. It's a bigger show than this. It's a bigger platform, so we can't drag it out. Like, you know, this is a small. This show is short lived. So, while the wave is going, let's catch the wave and let's move on to the next step. And she told me, nah, she want to change the plan. She got a new plan. I got interviews here. I got interviews there. I'm like, go still do your interviews, but it's time to do the next step of the plan, of my plan. You know what I mean? And so, you know, she didn't want to do it. She was like, she was like, nah, I got Team Lex going on. I got, and I'm trying, and I'm, you know, I guess she wanted to do for the love of Lex. I guess she wanted to do for the love of Lex, I guess. But anyway, like, that wasn't in the plan. And I'm like, oh, so you just gonna take my plan, my plan that I created, you know what I mean, my tactics that I did to get us here. Like, you know, you want to talk about Kyle, like, if it wasn't for me pulling that scandalous move, you know what I mean, because people like scandal. If it wasn't for me pulling that scandal, you know what I mean, we both wouldn't be getting the attention that we are getting. You know what I mean? So it's time to move to the next thing. You know what I mean? So we get, and she was like, no, she wants to stick with this for a while. And I'm like, but if you stick with that right there, the heat, the fire is gonna fizzle. You know what I mean? And we're not gonna be hot as we are now. Like, let's put a surfboard on this wave we got now, and let's move on to the next step, to where we made up with each other. And I proposed to you. I said that would stretch us. I said, you want to get on a like another show? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Let's, you know, I'm gonna propose to you out when it's, you know, when the show is not airing anymore. And her mama knew about it. Her dad knows. My mom knows. Everybody knows that we were faking this relationship. You know what I mean? Everybody knows it. Everybody involved, her brother, her boss, you know what I mean? All of my friends, they knew it. We just kept it on the low. My cousins, my family members, we kept it on the low. Her dad, the one mowed the yard. The pictures that's up inside the house, we went to Kinko's, you know what I mean, and placed those there. You know what I mean? Like, I wasn't never living there. You know what I mean? You can ask the producers of the show, and they'll tell you, like, I came there every morning.
Hey, final question. Why did you release the video of you and Alexia from the other night? Did you guys meet the other night? Because
it was time. We had been on the phone all day that day. And
okay. So did you actually meet this month? Was it this month? That video that we saw, is it this month?
No, that video was just the other day.
Just the other day.
Listen, you can check the saxophone player. He's in the comments down there. He can tell you. You know what I mean? Like, that just happened the other day at the patio. And two, people tripping on me about the video. I didn't take that video. Look at it. My arms are around her. My other arm is over here. She took that video herself. And the other photos that I took besides the one with my shades, she took those pictures. You know what I mean? Because it was time to make up. But we didn't make up on the time she wanted to make up. So I told her, I said, look,
why did you guys meet in the bar anyway?
Meet in what bar?
that bar that you that video that you're talking about? Why did you guys meet up? What was the purpose for the meetup?
We've been talking, man. Like we've been talking. We was talking when you did that interview with her. Like we've been in cahoots with each other.
Yeah, no, I know that, but I'm saying, why did you meet up at that point?
Oh, that was a night that the patio was live. It was one of them patio nights, and so she was like, "Look, I'm gonna go to the patio. Meet me there." And so I was like, "I might come," because I was doing something. And she was like, "Well, if you can, just come up." And I went up, and we kicked it, and got drunk, and smoked cigars like we usually do.
Okay. And are you two still talking now?
No, we're not talking now because of the fallout I just told you about. Like, you know, I posted the picture of us the other night. I told her, look.
So she blocked you because of that?
Yeah, we're not. Okay. I told her we're not waiting any longer. Like, it's time to move on before, because in a minute, these people aren't gonna care about us no more because nobody knows about this show. We got a small window.
Are you and Kai still beefing?
I'm not beefing with Kai. You know, Kai beefing with me. You know what I mean? But Kai was a tool used in the whole thing. That's Kai. Like, she going around telling people, you know, about drug use, using cocaine, but like she didn't tell the people that like she did it with me. She didn't tell the people like, oh, she wanted to try it out. You know what I mean? And she did. And she, you know, she was curious about it. And, you know, like, it's two sides to every story. It's really three. You know what I mean? Her side, my side of the truth. You know what I mean? I'm telling two sides, my side and the truth.
Would you say, I don't know if you have, would you have said sorry to Kai for using her?
Would I say sorry to Kai now for using her? No, because like she is like, you know, people believe shit easily when the other party is not saying anything. But I'm the type of person, man, I ain't no hit dog. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? If it affects me, you know what I mean, then I'll say something. But none of the things that these people are saying in these comments, it's not real. Y'all are basing y'all emotions come from a fake story. So why would I get mad at you calling me a narcissist or whatever you calling me? Because I acted this way. You know what I mean? Like, that ain't me. Like, I'm acting. I have an acting coach. I go to acting class.
So why did you and Kai actually break up? What was the reason why you broke up?
To be honest with you, like, if she wasn't going around just trying to slander my name the way she's doing, I would apologize because...
No, but why did you guys break up? Sorry, why did you guys break up? Why did you guys break up?
It wasn't a real relationship.
It wasn't a real relationship. So you went...
I just needed her. Listen, I just needed her. I'm gonna hold myself accountable for what I did. I used Kai for the reunion because I knew that at the reunion, one of the people, part of the production team, called me and told me, like, look, they are setting you up at this reunion. And so, you know, you need to be prepared for what they're going to do to you at this reunion. So I knew, okay, well, Kai, go to the reunion with me together. And that's
so you lied to her, basically.
Yes, I did. Kai was already, it's a lot of things Kai had already done. That's why it's hard to be. Kai never, man, listen, man, Kai is, listen, Kai tough cookie. I'm gonna say that. And, you know, like, she almost got me kicked out of my condo one time. Like, it's a lot of things happen that you don't know. She did say that. She reacted out before she talked to me about something. You know what I mean?
She did say that you and is it, sorry, the Greek girl, I hate saying that, but I don't know her name, but you and the Greek girl got into an altercation, and
even that,
did that happen?
We wasn't together during that time. We had broke up. So
yeah, did it happen though? Because she said she did.
It was over. The relationship was over with. That was supposed to be real. That wasn't. She came over to holler at me. And she didn't not like tell me she was coming. She somehow got up here. I got concierge down there. I went down to the concierge and cussed them folks out. Cause how y'all let her up, but they let her up because they remember her being up here.
Of course, yeah.
So, but at the time, the Greek girl was back there. You know what I mean? And I let Kai in, and she tried to walk in my room. When she walked in my room, I'm trying to stop her, like, chill. I want to talk to you. You know what I mean? Cause you cool. And so she went there, opened the door, and the girl was in there. And she went to attack the girl. And I wouldn't let it happen. And so she claimed that she whooped my ass.
Yeah, she did claim that. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Of course, she whooped my ass because I don't hit women. I'm not gonna hit no girl. Any man that don't let a woman whoop his ass is a puss ass nigga, man. You know what I mean? So yes, she whooped me because she didn't really whoop me, but she hit me. I guess she called that whooping me, but she called it which one. I'm the one got her onto the elevators and into her car while she was going through her, you know, being a hurricane.
Okay. So I hear that. So then obviously the car situation, are you pressing charges or not? What's going on with that?
No, I'm not gonna press no charges because somebody wrote on my car with a marker. Okay. And then I didn't even get to, like, I didn't make that video. The maintenance man made that video and sent it to me. Okay. I didn't even get to actually see the car with the marker on it because the maintenance man cleaned it off. But cleaned it off when he saw it. And so he cleaned it off after he did the video for me. So when I finally got to my car, it wasn't like that. You know what I mean? So why would I call the police on her or let them, because she's on camera doing it, why would I let them do that when it's just a simple marker, wipe that shit off? A lot of times women, you know, be fighting and going crazy. It be our fault.
Yeah, I hear that.
You know what I mean? So I'm not going to send her to jail because she's reacting off of the wood, or she reacting off of the way I treat her, and I'm taking it and it's over. You know what I mean? So
okay,
I didn't trip at all. Like, you
so
know,
she also made accusations saying obviously that the condo, you don't own it. The Greek girl owns the condo, bro. Is that
the Greek girl does not own the condo.
You own the condo?
Listen, it's some stuff going on that I can't speak about.
I hear you.
But I'm gonna tell you like this right here. Use your sense. It's me.
You own the condo.
It's me. On the ID I gave him, that's my face on it. Okay, you use your brain.
Did Alexia own the condo at any point in time?
No, it never. Lex was upset with me because Kai found out what was going on with the condo, and Lex and Kai tried to tell the property manager downstairs what was going on with the condo and try to make it look like a fraudulent situation. And so the people in my building found out what was up, and
who's calling you?
Talk to me about it.
Who's trying to call you?
Huh?
Who's trying to call you?
Man, don't worry about it. The property manager found out and called me down, and I told him exactly who I was.
Okay.
And he was a fan.
Okay, cool. Fair enough. All right, cool. All right, no, that's cool. You've answered pretty much most of my questions. I don't think I have any more questions around the situation. Oh, bro, you've gone silent. We can't hear you, bro.
So yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta go.
Okay, G. No worries. I hope that's not Owen trying to ring you now. But they're calling you again. But don't worry, bro. We'll go before it cuts off again, bro. Appreciate you, man. And stay blessed out here. You know what I'm saying? All right.
All right.
Stay alive in them streets. All right.
All right. I mean, I'll try. It is what it is.
It is what it is, bro. I appreciate my guy. More love.
Little black book. You know what time it is.